Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we are in Isaiah chapters 9 through 12. And I got to tell you, when I got finished with these 4 chapters, I had one of those moments where just like, I throw my hands up in the air and go, that's it, man. That is the answer we've been looking for. And I'll get to that, but it's just really exciting. I hope you were able to read all of this ahead of time and really know what I'm talking about, understand what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. Chapter 9, verse 1. The pointing to Jesus' hometown of Galilee is kind of where Isaiah goes with the beginning of this. And we talked yesterday and a couple of days ago about how he has been slowly prophesying about Christ in his first coming, dropping hints about he'll be from Bethlehem and be a shepherd, and then another one about him, his name will be called Emmanuel. But today he tells where Jesus' hometown is going to be. Not just that he's born in Bethlehem, which he's dropped on us, but yes, he's born in Bethlehem, but he will be raised in a town called Galilee. And it's interesting because it's Galilee, they call it Galilee of the Gentiles. And normally Jews do not associate with Gentiles at all, but Jesus is brought up in a culture where the two seem to mix. So jumping down to chapter 9, verse 7, I love the thought where Isaiah says there will be no end to the increase of his government and his peace, which makes me think that when Jesus is finally set up his government in the second coming, that there will be no end. I mean, as far as the east is from the west, there will be his government, and there will be no end to it, and there will be no end to the amount of peace. I mean, you can look under a rock and you can look everywhere, and the peace, just as history continues to move forward in the millennial, and obviously don't know how they will mark time in that, but there's just no end to the peace. I mean, it is, to me, that is an infinite word that we'll have peace forever. And I had a seminary professor that put it in a term that I'd never thought of before, but it says we will be in this fleshy body, but we will not have that struggle of the flesh. We will just be in that mindset of the spirit. So we'll be in the flesh, but not of the flesh. And a lot of times Jesus says you're in the world, but you're not of the world. And I just, that thought is really cool and really resonates. Going to chapter 10, it says, woe to those who enact evil statutes and to those who consistently record unjust decisions, which kind of makes us take a step back from this great thought of no end to peace and justice to reality check of, as long as we're still here on this earth, we're going to have to put up with injustice and evil statutes. Not getting into any political things here, but abortion, killing of babies in the womb. We know that John the Baptist, while he was in his mother's womb, he leapt for joy when he knew Mary came in to their presence, and Mary was carrying Jesus. So it tells us that the babies were alive in the womb. Okay, so that's an evil statute. Jesus is the ultimate judge. We're going to read this in chapter 11, verse 3, and it says Jesus does not judge with his eyes, or he doesn't he does not judge with his eyes or ears, because he's not going to sit on a judge's bench and listen to arguments and evidence presented and whatnot. Jesus will be able to look directly into the heart of a man and know his intentions. So justice will be absolutely perfect for the first time in human history. It will be made perfect in an instant. As soon as Jesus takes over, he can see everyone and know. So just a cool thought. To me, that was the moment where justice will finally be what it is always meant to be. and that will come about because of Jesus. Verse 11, 6 and 9, it gives examples of how peaceful things will be, and just a beautiful picture of that. And then 11, 13, I had to throw this in there because it says Judah and Israel won't fight each other. And that's been kind of a theme the last week. Israel and Ephraim, or Israel and Judah, and how the brothers just keep going back and forth and attacking each other. So it will be peaceful. So that's what we've got to look forward to. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be in Isaiah again, chapters 13 through 16. Read ahead, find you some law enforcement takeaways. Come back here and let's compare. Until then, be safe.